Where are we right now?
Right now, Peru. Yeah.
AB Peru.
Peru, AB trip.
AB Peru.
Peru.
AB Peru. I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
So fun.
So it says in the wall.
My name is Talisa Tapacio. I am co-leading this trip to AB Peru, and the reason why I decided to co-lead this trip is because I really have a deep interest in Indigenous spirituality and ecology and the marriage between like human culture and the way in which we use plants, and I felt that this was a really good opportunity to kind of like experience that and learn more about it.
My name's Alex. I'm the co-leader on this trip with Talisa. The reason I chose to lead this trip is I'm super interested in ecology as well as the intersectionality with other issues.
Hi, I'm Miriam, and the reason why I wanted to come to Peru is because I want to learn more about the environment and how indigenous cultures use spirituality in accordance with that, and how we could take that home and just see how other people live, especially coming from a concrete jungle like Los Angeles.
Hi, I'm Xavier Wright, and I decided to go on the Peru AB trip, mainly because it was ecology based, and also because it was based on Peruvian spirituality, which I found pretty interesting, being that I do come from a very religious background. I thought it would be really interesting to see how a different culture practices their spirituality and their religion.
Hi, my name is Sarah Lansner. I chose to go on AB Peru because I'm super interested in Indigenous spirituality. Most of my family is from Panama, and I know over there they have a lot of different indigenous cultures, and they use ecology and special plants in medicinal ways similar to how they do here in Peru. And so I thought that coming on this trip would be a really good experience for me to learn about spirituality as well as how ecology is intertwined within it.
Hi, my name is Gabby. I chose to come on AB Peru because I really love the environment and I really want to expand my knowledge on environmental sustainability and practices that can help better our future, especially with climate change.
Hi, my name is Tegan. I chose to go on this trip because I originally just really love plants, and I like being around plants, and I wanted to learn more about them.
Hi, I'm Christina. I chose to come on this trip because I study science and theology back at LMU, and I really wanted to see how things so concretely as ecology and spirituality can relate to each other.
So something that I found super interesting about being on this trip and like the seminars and talks that we've had while here is the intersectionality between spirituality and the environment. I think it's because we're not always given the opportunity to learn about like the spiritual aspect of things, especially coming from like a hard science background like myself. And so being able to like learn where human culture plays into science was like a really cool, fun time.
So what are you guys doing?
Plant that!
We were plant that today.
Yay, your new us!
He's leaving already.
It smells so good. That smells so good. These plants.
There is a ritual cigarette made from organically grown tobacco and no chemicals, no filter, nothing, and it's heavily used in shamanism. Tobacco is sacred in all the Americas. From Terra del Fuego hasta Alaska. Well, it doesn't grow there, but so it's very sacred. It's sacred for the spirits, the food of the spirits, and it's a cleanser. So in North America, US and Canada, they call it smudging. You've heard of that? With sage or other. And here they do it with a mapacho. It looks like a cigarette, but it doesn't behave like a cigarette.
Estamos pidiendo un permiso a este pequeño monte que vamos a entrar a sacar sus productos que también ellos crían. Entonces vamos a, con esto le estamos agradeciendo a él de lo que también nos brindan con su cría que ellos tienen.
For me personally, one of the biggest things that I've learned is the intersectionality of issues on this trip. So ranging from feminism to ecology to spirituality to gender, race, all these different issues are stuff we've talked about and completely relates to all the different things that we've gone over on our trip. And I think personally my favorite part of this trip was going to the Pamashto ruins, which is really cool because you got to see the ruins of the ancient indigenous peoples of this land and see kind of where they lived and learn about their history, and additionally the view from there of the Amazon and just the beauty of the rainforest and the nature around it was just fantastic. Absolutely loved being there with the group, learning about it, and I think that was kind of the peak of the trip for me.
One big thing that I have learned so far is this idea of reciprocity, how we take from the earth but we also give back, and then there shouldn't be this distinction between both of us because we're all from the same beginning, and we are nature as well.
I really like the ecology aspect as well because of the fact that it was interesting to see how a different culture, or the Peruvians, practice sustainable living as well as keeping the environment healthy, happy, and also how they thank the environment by when they take something from the environment, such as like fruits and vegetables, they also make sure that they plant and give back and restore the soil. So I thought that was really cool to learn about.
Hi, my name is Cynthia. I am on AV Peru. I think one of my favorite parts of the trip was learning about biochar and actually making biochar. Biochar is this way of making healthy organic soil that actually takes CO2 from the atmosphere, so it's actually helping to reverse the effects of global warming. We were able to make this biochar at the center that we were staying at, so we packed coconut shells into ovens and basically burned them and then doused them quickly with water and then crushed them, and those crushed shells were used later on for the rest of the process.
Right.
Let's get to it. Honeys.
Can you imagine stepping on that? Step away! Get out of it!
And it's pretty cool because the Sachamama Center actually makes this with the help of locals and actually gives the healthy soil back to the local farmers who otherwise wouldn't have healthy soil. These local farmers, they don't have things like Lowe's or Home Depot or farmers markets to get this healthy soil like we do. So I think it's really important because, as we've learned throughout this trip, the Amazon, as well as every other aspect of the earth, is extremely important to indigenous spirituality and culture, and it's being damaged by things like slash and burn and global warming, but this biochar is a possible solution. So I thought it was really cool that we were able to sort of be a part of that and learn about it and see how that connects to the bigger picture of indigenous spirituality.
One of my favorite things that we've done so far and that I've learned is this weaving technique by the Indigenous community, and I wish I could do it at home. Definitely one of the highlights of my trip so far.
Going to the Shukshu community was a lot of fun. I had a really good time playing games with them. There was the blow dart game that was fun. I hit the papaya, and then balancing the bucket of water on top of my head. That was so hard, but it was so much fun. I had a really good time with all of them.
I think something that was really awesome about the trip was being able to experience new experiences with new people and being able to get out of our comfort zones together.
What I learned, I actually learned a lot about the health benefits of plants and how like they can treat drug addiction or how they can help you find yourself, and just like all of the positive aspects of like natural plants and how they could do so much more for you rather than like our modern medicine.
My favorite moment on this trip had to be when our truck got stuck in a road of mud and we all tried to get out and walk and just immediately sank. So we ended up just sitting in the truck for like 30 minutes singing songs really, really badly and waiting for some really, really nice person to come help us out. But it was kind of the first moment where something went wrong, and the group really just had such a great attitude that it made it seem like just another fun activity.
Gracias a las cocineras, demos gracias a las cocineras, demos gracias a la Pachamama, demos gracias a Tata Iti, giving thanks to the plants in the garden where the mother and the father are one. Give thanks, for this we all give thanks.